Smartwatches versus screenless fitness trackers. Which one might be best for you? Firstly, a smartwatch and a fitness tracker have a lot of similarities, but also a lot of differences depending on what you want to do with them. The similarities that they both track fitness, so they all do everything from heart rate, steps, blood oxygen, as well as respiration rate. And most of the smartwatches and fitness trackers are able to do all of those now these days. Let's start off with the positives of smartwatches. Smartwatches are able to provide instant information with the screen, of course. With a smartwatch, you can do so many different functions apart from just look at your heart rate. For example, the Apple Watch, you can actually control things from a car to controlling your home and your smart home devices to even checking what the weather is going to be tomorrow. Basically, it's a mini smartphone on your wrist and you can pretty much do whatever you want with it. And you can download loads of apps to utilize the device even more than just using it as a fitness tracker, which broadens the aspect of what a smartwatch is. Also making it a phone replacement. So for example, with the Apple Watch, you could very easily just leave your phone behind. The watch connects to cellular outside of your house and you can do anything with it, from paying to also just connecting to the internet and being around, streaming music. You could pretty much do 80% of what a smartphone can do with the watch, which also gives you kind of that freedom of being able to go out and leave your phone behind. You'll still get notifications, of course, but you can turn them off, of course, on a smartwatch. Workout visibility is a very big positive on a smartwatch, where you can just keep track of a current pace that you're doing, heart rate, how many kilometers you might have ran, cycled, or walked, and everything related to your workout that you need will be shown on the watch, which is better than just getting out your phone and looking at it on your phone. It's all there right in front of you on your watch. And for applications like that, it makes one of these devices very hard to not recommend if you want to track that sort of info whilst doing an exercise. The cons about having a smartwatch, well, specifically the Apple Watch, not really a Garmin, is that the battery life is quite low. So the battery life on the Apple Watch is around 2 days, but because my device is quite old now, it's hitting 3 years now, it's starting to look like 1.5 to maybe even 1 day at some points. And that's because the display uses so much battery. Of course, with a Garmin, I don't know what type of magic they have found to be able to make this as efficient as they can. But with an always-on display, the Venu X1 has a 2-day battery life, whilst if you don't have the always-on display on, then it's an 8-day battery life, which is quite a lot for such a small, thin device. That, as I said, some smartwatches do have worse battery, but others are just very good at how to manage energy. Typically, smartwatches are also just quite a bit larger in general and heavier. That's just for all the components that they have extra in it, such as the screen or a cellular sensor, and they're often quite expensive. I mean, these two alone are around 800 euro. I believe the Venu X1 was 800 and the Apple Watch Ultra 2 was like, I don't know, it was 850, 900 euro? I think 900 euro. It's very expensive for what it is, but you're getting a lot of functionality out of them, and that's just the price that they are, sadly. So that's everything about the smartwatches. Now let's talk a little more about the screenless fitness trackers. I've used 2 of these fitness trackers. The Amazfit Helios Strap I've been using for about 3 months now, and the Google Fitbit Air I've used for the last 2 weeks. And the main pros for devices like this is that the battery life is quite long compared to a smartwatch. The Fitbit Air was 7 days battery life, whilst the Helios is 10 days of battery life. That's already quite a lot of battery compared to an Apple Watch. But as I said, you can also get devices like the Garmin with 8. In general, the battery life is a lot better on these, but for certain watches, they're actually better or as good as a screenless fitness tracker. Having no screen on it also just means less distractions. There are settings within both of them where you could have notifications vibrate on your wrist. To be honest, I turn them off completely for a device like this, and I just want to have the device on me to record the data. So it's quite nice to not constantly be looking at a screen or tempted to look at a screen because there is no screen on here. It's very nice to use in that way, and you can only see all the information on your phone. The devices are also quite a bit lighter than smartphones. So the Helios Strap actually comes in at around 25 grams, whilst the Google Fitbit Air came at 12 grams, which is insanely light and much lighter than a device like this, which is coming at around 40 to 60 grams. Especially the Apple Watch is very heavy. I think it comes to like 70 grams. So screenless fitness tracker in general is quite a bit lighter than a smartwatch would be. These devices, especially the Helios Strap, is very focused on recovery and training load and trying to optimize your body for a better training experience, whilst smartwatches don't necessarily have that completely. With the Garmin, they do have like a training coach that you could use. It gives you a training schedule, but it doesn't necessarily adapt to the workouts that you did and suggests that you might need to take it easy on this workout, or you might need to go even harder on this workout. It just gives you a steady training routine and expects you to do it as said on the Garmin. Whilst with the Helios especially, you can actually just tailor your body a bit more to the information that you're getting from the device and seeing if your body is getting strained too much or not enough. And that's quite a nice feature to have on something like this. Another thing is just better sleep comfort. With the screenless devices, they're usually quite a bit thinner as well as just a lot lighter. Sleeping with these devices are great, and especially with the Helios strap, I love putting it on my arm, and this really helps with sleeping where it's not on my wrist. I like to put my hand like under the pillow when I sleep, so not having a device on my wrist for when I put my arm under my pillow just makes sleeping way better. Of course, you can get used to wearing a smartwatch while sleeping, but at some point I just had enough and I just want to take the smartwatch off and leave it as is. It's just too big for sleeping sometimes, and it gets very annoying very quick. Another plus side is that the Helios and the Google Fitbit Air, they're both €100 each. They're way more affordable than something like a smartwatch. There's no subscription attached to that either. So having a device for €100 to be able to track your sleep, your heart rate, your steps, the price is really affordable for what it is. The one major downside that I really struggle with, especially for a fitness tracker like this, which always brings me to a smartwatch, it's just purely the workouts and all the information you see during the workout. So going for a run, there's no way with this that you can track your speed, your heart rate whilst going on a run. Whilst a smartwatch is just something really perfect for a situation like that, where you can really see all of your statistics and how you're running at that time. Whilst with the Helios or the Google Fitbit Air, you'd have to check afterwards to see how well you ran and how that felt during that time. So that's one of the biggest downsides of one of these fitness trackers. So would I be choosing a screenless fitness tracker over a smartwatch? And to be honest, in my case, I would use both. In the past, I used to be an athlete, so it's nice to have constant fitness tracking where this is always on my wrist at all times, whilst having something like a Garmin for just workout purposes and just using it whilst on a workout is fantastic. Having the combo of both for me is great, but for you, I think it's more dependent on what you would want in your lifestyle. Are you someone that will be going out running a lot and doing a lot of exercise and needs to track that information constantly whilst you're training? Then I would say the smartwatch is definitely a better option for that. But if you're someone that doesn't really need to know the information of what my heart rate is or how fast am I running, then something like this would be a way better option. It is also a lot cheaper, coming in at €100 for the Helios as well as the Google Fitbit Air, whilst the smartwatches are a lot more expensive, as you know. So I'd say this is either for a pro athlete that wants to have both devices, or it would be someone that just wants to have something measured in the background, not really be disturbed about anything, not feel like they're wearing a fitness tracker. Then something like this would definitely be an option. I hope you guys enjoyed the video of comparing a smartwatch to a screenless fitness tracker and determining whether you need either one or the other or just both. Because sometimes people want both. If you guys like the video, then please go down, give me a comment as to what you guys are using, and also maybe a subscribe if you want to see even more content similar to this, and I will catch you guys in the next video.